Homer wanted to save $10 on electricity bills. He spent $100,000 to install a wind turbine, watching the electric meter spin backward. Maggie was thrilled. Now they could finally use electricity without any worries, but the family had no idea that this would bring even more trouble. It all started a few days ago. A popular urban drama was airing in Springfield. Lisa and Bart were enjoying it. Suddenly the TV went black. It turned out Homer had unplugged the power. The huge electricity bill made him worry so much that he almost lost his last two hairs. These plugs were like vampires, draining his hard-earned money. Lisa said this wouldn't solve the problem at all. To find a permanent solution, they had to attend tonight's Renewable Energy Expo. The exhibition center had all kinds of alternative energy sources. After looking around, Homer set his eyes on a new wind turbine, but it was incredibly expensive. The salesman said that after government subsidies, you could pay it off in installments over 18 generations. Without hesitation, Homer immediately ordered the wind turbine. As the wind turbine started operating, Maggie was amazed to see the meter spinning backward. Homer excitedly thought time was rewinding, but Lisa poured cold water on his excitement. She explained that it meant they were supplying power to the electric company. Homer immediately called the company.
Hello, local utility! You greedy bastards have gouged Homer Simpson for the last time!
And yelled at them, resulting in his electricity service being cancelled. Without electricity, he still had wind power. An excited Homer invited his friends over to show off. But just 2 minutes into watching TV, the wind turbine outside stopped because there was no wind. This left the Simpson family completely in the dark, and he still had no access to the electric grid. It could be said that if the family wanted electricity, they no longer had any say in the matter. Despite this, Homer was determined not to bow to the electric company. Even if the wind turbine occasionally stopped, he believed he could still live just fine, because his brain never stops working. Homer came up with a brilliant idea. He used a bunch of small fans to spin the wind turbine. Under the family's watchful eyes, Homer outsmarted himself and achieved energy freedom, but their honest neighbor Flanders couldn't stand it. Homer had no choice but to make Bart manually spin the turbine from the top. The intense physical labor made Bart complain endlessly. Unable to bear it, he prayed to God to help spin the turbine. He promised to become God's most loyal follower. To his surprise, the sky darkened immediately. A hurricane swept in. The news station issued an emergency typhoon warning, but because the wind speed was too high, the wind turbine spun at full speed. The TV emitted light like X-rays, illuminating the Simpsons' bodies like skeletons.